Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, this would be nothing. And I'm sorry, we're not live streaming tonight. I've only had 2 days back at work, and I've got all kinds of stuff that was piled up on me. Got home late today, and just did not have time to prepare the way I like to do a live stream. But we will be back Monday night. We'll be doing the Benet Emery show, and we'll be live streaming with you guys. And I'm hoping to do some upgrades to the set this weekend. So when we come back, hopefully you'll notice a better change in the quality and everything else, and a better look than what we've had in the past. As far as talking the football world for the Dallas Cowboys, there's not much talk going on other than speculation, of course, about the most talked about player in the NFL, Tony Romo. Now, unfortunately, anytime I say anything about Tony Romo, I get labeled a hater. I don't hate Tony Romo. I'm talking about what's going on and giving you my opinion on what I think is going to happen. And so many people want to dictate to me what I need to do. Lose Jobu. You need to talk about this. You shouldn't talk about that. Well, you know what? This is our channel together, but I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, and I'm going to give you my opinions. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to go through and say what you want to hear. I'm going to try and tell the truth and give you a real opinion on what's going on and a possible other scenario than all the talking heads may be giving you. That's me being me, and that's what this channel will always be, me being me. Don't like it? Sorry you don't like it, but this is what this channel is about. So, we've got the whole love fest with Tony Romo, but I've been saying since the whole thing broke about him playing for, not playing, going to CBS, that I believe he will be back in the NFL, flat out. The way they wrote that contract, he has an out clause for it to go back to football. The fact that he hasn't actually retired, although that's only a minor technicality, when you retire, you can go ahead and unretire. I still believe the whole thing was Tony Romo's way of getting Jerry Jones to finally end it, because Jerry wasn't going to just let him go, knowing that he might play for somebody else, and he certainly wasn't going to let him go without getting something in return. By Tony Romo saying, you know what, I'm going to retire and become a broadcaster. Then, okay, Jerry said, oh, great. Then I don't have to worry about you playing for the Texans. I'll go ahead and release you so that way I can get the cap money. But now, Tony Romo is a free agent. Now, I know I will be labeled a hater when I say this. But I'm just kind of curious. How many times have you seen Tony Romo broadcast a game? Or do long interviews? Or lead an interview? Everybody's just assuming that Tony Romo is going to be great in the broadcast booth. But how do we know that? I haven't really seen it. I remember seeing the little Pepsi commercial where he's huge and he's got the little tiny Pepsi drinking and stuff. But television is not an easy thing. A 3-hour football game isn't an easy thing. For him to literally get carried off of the field, walk off the football field and go right to CBS's number one spot with not having called a single game? Doesn't it make you wonder if he's really going to be good at it? He may be fantastic. I don't know. Does anybody know? Did they do sound tests with him? Practice tests, auditions? Or was it they just wanted it because of the drama from Dallas? Fox has Troy Aikman. We can get Tony Romo. If we can get some Dallas Cowboy games, then we've got some manufactured drama. Because I'll be honest with you, mostly AFC games are on CBS. I don't watch that much CBS. And I bet you there's a lot of other fans out there that are like me that don't watch a lot of CBS, but will because of Tony Romo being there. So that's going to be an interesting thing. I touched on this earlier when I said that the Dallas Cowboys are the real thugs of the NFL. Because I think about Zeke Elliott being investigated about the situation that he had with a girlfriend accusing him of domestic violence, which has been going on a damn near year right now. The courts acquitted him. There were no charges filed against him. Police said that there was nothing about it. But yet the NFL technically has not said, we're not investigating it anymore. But it's funny because things happen with other teams that are worse, but doesn't happen. Think about Josh Brown, who got suspended for one game. Now, he's a free agent currently right now. But he was convicted of beating his wife. There were 911 calls where he beat her over 20 times. And the Giants knew about this. The NFL knew about this. Why wasn't there all these big investigations? Why wasn't it all over the place on that? No big deal, right? When you think about the New York Giants, I mean, they had like Plexico Burress take a handgun into a nightclub and shoot himself in the thigh. Never mind that it's illegal to have handguns in New York City. We all know about Lawrence Taylor and the stuff that he used to do. I don't even need to go into that one. But guys like, let's look at some of the arrest records here. You know, guys like David Tyree, David Deal, you know, drunk driving. One of these guys had a half pound of weed with intent to distribute, but yet it's the Dallas Cowboys who can't stay off the weed. But somehow, this stuff is just brushed under the rug, or it's not made a big deal. Nobody talks about it. Now, I got to be honest. Eli Manning, with the whole Manning family, they always seem to get a pass. You know, Peyton Manning had the whole accusations in college of him accidentally dropping the beef on the trainer. And that was just an accident. He accidentally got his penis on her head. It just slipped. And here it is, Eli Manning is fraudulently saying it's game-used helmets and jerseys. That's not. That's fraud. Shouldn't the NFL be investigating that? But we get no comment. Don't get me wrong. We've had Dallas Cowboy players that have had problems. I mean, you know, we signed Greg Hardy. And Greg Hardy, you hope that his talent on the field would also translate into him getting his life together, desire to play football. But apparently, can't rehab that. I get that. I'm not saying the Dallas Cowboys are clean. I mean, we've had Hollywood Henderson who had his drug addictions and things like that. You know, I'm just trying to point out that what you hear on TV is always that the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, are a bunch of thugs. And you think that it's only the Cowboys with these problems. When in reality, shit goes on everywhere. Sometimes things far worse. We've never had a Cowboy player shoot himself in the leg or sell memorabilia fraudulently. Yeah. Such is the life of the Dallas Cowboy player. Always getting scrutinized. Always a double standard against them. So, friends, again, I apologize that we didn't have a live stream tonight. We're going to get back on track Monday, right on through the draft. So that way you can get your Dallas Cowboy fix. Hopefully we'll get some real news about the Dallas Cowboys. And it's been kind of quiet. It kind of makes me wonder. I think my Cowboy radar is up right now. So, friends, be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink too much. Don't smoke too much. Have a great weekend, and I will see you here on the Jobu Sports Report. Bartender, Jobu needs a rum and coke. Cowboy Jobu. And I need a rum and coke, please. Rum and coke.